Okay, headed to the store. I got 27 days in a wake up, and then I'll be on the Pacific Crest Trail, and it's time to make my beef jerky. I know there's a lot of vegetarians out there. I watched Mary Mansfield prepare a few of her dishes, listen to another couple people talk about, you know, their preps as vegetarians. I'm an omnivore. That means I eat anything that doesn't move, and I'll be at the store soon, and we'll continue there. Okay, here I am at the local Raley's, picking up my 3 key ingredients. First is teriyaki. I like teriyaki jerky, and I really love Veri teriyaki, so that's my first grab. The other product you need is soy sauce. Now, don't go reduced sodium, because that's important for preserving your meats. To save myself some time and effort, I go to the special cut section of Raley's where they have actual butchers that work, and request that he cuts me 5 pounds of beef round eye across the grain at 3/16 of an inch. They're more than helpful here at Raley's, and their butchers are fantastic. Here he is. He's at the meat slicer, knocking out the meat for me. Like I said, these people are great professionals. So this is it. Veri teriyaki, Kikkoman soy sauce, not reduced sodium, and meat. Now there's a third ingredient, and I'll tell you about that when I get home. I am making some beef jerky. Beef jerky is one of those people all have their own preference. They like teriyaki, they like hot, they like smoked. You just keep going on with all the possible flavors you can get, and that's what people go for. Me, I like mine as teriyaki with just a little extra heat to it. Yeah, that's Aaliyah. Anyhow, at the store, no, stop it. At the store, I picked up some Kikkoman soy sauce. Now, in another attempt to do this, I grabbed a 10-ounce bottle, and that's not what you need. You need a 20-ounce bottle of Kikkoman soy. Do not get reduced sodium. Your body's going to crave all the minerals it can get when you're on the trail. Next, Veri teriyaki. This is 21 ounces of teriyaki mix, and it's a little gelatinous. Not gelatinous, it just has viscous. It's a little thick. Terrific flavors. It has little sesame seeds, small pieces of ginger, all kinds of little things floating around in here. And I actually like that when it's on the meat of the jerky, so that it has a much better flavor. Next, I go to the butcher, and I have to have him at Raley's and have him cut some meat for me. Now, this is a little bit over 25 pounds. It is beef round eye. It is a lean meat, not the leanest meat you can get, but you want to use a lean meat so that the fat doesn't get rancid. So those are the 3 ingredients I went to the store to pick up. Now, what I always have on hand for this is 100% pain. This hot sauce I found maybe 10, 15 years ago, and there's better hot sauces out there, but I just happen to like this one, and once I find something I like, I keep it. Those are the ingredients you have to have for this recipe. Now, the 100% pain, 100% optional. People like to put different flavors on theirs, different types of hot sauces or different sauce altogether. Jerky is what you make to make you happy, not to make other people happy. So I'm going to go to the kitchen, and I'll show you what happens next. Okay, here's how it works. First ingredient I like to add into my Ziploc baggie, and I'm just using this little pitcher to keep things upright. First thing I like to add is my teriyaki. Okay, like I said, 21 ounces of teriyaki. Pour it right into your 1-gallon Ziploc baggie. Since there's always some stuff that stays inside the bottle, I like to go ahead and add a little bit of soy sauce to this. Put the lid back on nice and tight, or else you'll have soy sauce everywhere. Give it a nice little shake. Pour out what you were able to get. Then add the rest of your soy sauce. The final ingredient is the 100% pain. Now, typically people add this to taste. I use a large spoon, probably a full-size tablespoon. So that's what you need to do. That's the whole wet mix. This recipe is for about 5 to 5.5 pounds of meat. So all you do once you get this in your sauce is take your pieces and start dropping them in. Now I drop them in one at a time, simply to get everything, initial wetness on all the meat. Like I said, all you do is start adding the meat in one slice at a time. That was 2, but hey, who's counting? And kind of just shake your bag while it's going in there. And this helps get all the meat initially wet. And that's what you want. You don't want to drop in chunks of meat together, because if you do, it takes forever for the meat to soak up any of the flavoring that you added to this. I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to show you what this looks like after all the meat has been added. And I'll be right back. Okay, now that you've taken all your meat, put it in one piece at a time. On occasion, I've used a spoon to just help push the meat in and kind of make sure it's doused everywhere. As you can see, some of the meat comes up to the top. When you close your Ziploc baggie, you want as much air out of it as possible so that the meat is completely surrounded by marinade. Now this is going to sit for a week to 10 days. Now a lot of people say, week to 10 days, isn't that meat going to spoil? No, because all the salt is preservative, and there needs to be a time for osmosis. In other words, fluids to shift from in the meat, out of the meat, so that it becomes fully marinated and ready for drying. I'll show you that step later. Hope you enjoy. Remember, it is Kikkoman 20 ounces. For me, it's Veri Teriyaki and 100% pain. And there are different flavors of this Veri Teriyaki. Spicy ginger, just to name one, that you can use also. Just remember, though, do not go low sodium. P.S. Once you put this in your refrigerator so that it will keep better, about every day you need to massage your bag, give it nice squeezes, move things around, turn it over, do it to the other side. This helps to ensure that the sauce gets all to the meat and nothing just loses out on it. Thank you. Okay, this is my dehydrator that I use for my beef jerky. I started this about 2 days ago with another batch that I was preparing before the one I'm showing you. And as you can see, there's nothing fancy to this dehydrator. It's got a heat coil on the bottom, no temperature control, and the jerky just comes up to the top. Now what's really nice about this is thicker sliced jerky than what I showed you before, because we had some extra meat and decided to use it. But this is the way it looks when it's dehydrated, and I'll show you how I vacuum seal it later. Okay, so once the beef jerky is done, nice and dry, and I over dry mine just a little bit, I put them in a vacuum seal bag and seal them up nice and tight. Drop them in the freezer, and these things will keep forever. Nice part is I break them up into like a week serving, as in 7 days. And this way, when you're out on the trail, you get resupplied every 7 to 10 days. You'll always have some jerky. I've done over 20 pounds, counting this new batch that I'm working on. I hope you enjoy. Like and subscribe, please. And if not, that's cool too. Have a great day.